Okay, welcome back to my spaceship. My name is Selenity Alien, or you can call me Slim for short. And today I'm gonna make FIFA 22 tactic tutorial video about Chelsea. I'm gonna teach you how to use Chelsea in FIFA 22 with Thomas Tuchel's tactics. And these are the formation. And it's been a long time since the last time I make a FIFA video, tactic tutorial video, and yeah, I finally made it. Yeah, so these are the formation. It's going to be 3-4-2-1, and these are the players. And if you don't like the players I'm currently using, you can just change them up. And for example, if you don't like Alonso, if you want to switch him up with Chilwell, it's fine as well. The tactics, the strategies are still going to be the same, so you don't need to worry about changing the players at all. But personally, obviously for me, I'm gonna play Alonso because Alonso is playing so much better than Chilwell in the real life, and I really love the way Alonso plays in the real life. He is very visionary, he knows when to attack, he knows when to defend. He's a very experienced player. That's what I like about Alonso. So yeah, and let's just go to the formation. The formation is going to be 3-4-2-1. Let's just go to the tactics, defensive style. This you must be flexible about the tactical settings, okay? Obviously, the defense and the offense settings, you can change them up to any time you want, any kind of settings you want. And the defensive style, I would rather to put it on balance, but maybe if you are down to 1 goal or 2 goals, if you are losing the game, you can play press after possession loss. But if you want to play much more balance, I recommend balance, and that's the best one actually, play balance. And for the width, 5 bars, 50 bars actually. I love to play 50 because that's the most balanced one. And for the depth, 65, because when in FIFA 21 I tend to play 7 bars, but in here I can be much more flexible by having 2 digits on the depth settings. I can play 70, I can play 60, but I would like to play a little bit aggressive. That's why I play 65. I think it's the best one. I've tried it, and so far it is the best one. But if you want to play much more aggressive, you can put 70, but I only recommend you put 70 if you are currently losing the game. So personally, I would just put 65 to play on the most balanced one. For the build-up play and the chance creation, I tried all of it, fast build-up, slow build-up, long ball. I still find that the most balanced way to play in FIFA, even FIFA 22, is still all of it balanced. Okay, the build-up play, the chance creation, the best is just put it on all balance. Okay. Because the way Chelsea play, they play more like a direct attacking football. They play very direct. So that's why if you want to play, for example, let's say you want to play forward runs or direct passing, it's fine as well. But I would rather to put it on balance, because putting the chance creation on balance will make you to be more flexible in your gameplay, so that you can create much more chances. You can be very unpredictable in your opponent's eyes. So putting all of these on balance is going to be very deadly for your opponents. They are going to have a very hard time facing against you if you really understand how to use your team. And for the width, 50, that's the most balanced one. Placing bots, 5 bars, that's the most balanced one as well. Or maybe if you are losing the game, you can put 6 or 7, it's up to you. But if you want to play it in the most balanced way, 5 bars, the best one. Corners, 1, 2, 3, it's up to you. 1, 2, 3, it's up to you for the free kicks as well. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how Chelsea play in real life, okay? And this is the formation, okay? The way Chelsea attacks in the real life, they tend to attack from the wing. They love to overload the left side and the right side, okay? And they don't really tend to attack from the middle. They only love to attack on the wing, on the overlap, okay? That's how Chelsea play in the real life, okay? For example, if you want to play possession using Chelsea, you're gonna play possession between Havertz, Alonso, Jorginho on the left side, or maybe Rudiger, and also on the right side, you're gonna have Kante, Mount, James, and Azpilicueta to control the possession on the right side. And the way the center backs play in the real life, especially Rudiger is a very special case. He loves to run very fast into the final third and try to score goals, or maybe even give the pass to Havertz directly, okay? Rudiger is very aggressive in running, even though he's a center back, but he play like a winger actually. He's very fast, okay? As you can see, he got a 84 sprint speed, which is a very fast speed for a center back. So if you want to use Rudiger to run very fast into the final third, or maybe on the middle third, it's up to you. That's the way Rudiger play in the real life. And for Azpilicueta, he loves to play on the half space spaces, and he can also love to play on the overlap. He can also love to bring the ball up like this to the midfield to help the build-up attack. He can also go very high up into the overlap or the final third, maybe trying to cross the ball, something like that. If, for example, Azpilicueta is the one who play as the right back, he's gonna do a lot of crossing on the overlap on the right side. But Azpilicueta is going to be play much better on the center back, so James is going to be the one who's gonna do a lot of crosses into the box. Okay. So the weaknesses in Chelsea. Okay. If you are playing against an opponent who tends to attack from the middle, you gotta be careful, because Chelsea's weakness is on the middle. Because on the middle, you can see that you got so many empty spaces on the middle, because most of your players play on the overlap like this. So if your opponent really understand how Chelsea play in the real life, they tend to play counter attack on the middle. Okay, so you gotta be careful about that. You only gotta have Jorginho and Kante to, you know, defend on the middle, so on the center. That's why you have to be careful. You have to prepare for that if your opponent really understand how to play against Chelsea. Okay, that's their only weaknesses. Okay, so that's it. Let's just go to the roles. Not really important. Let's just go to the instructions. For the keeper, it's going to become 4 crosses, and for the center backs, it's going to be all default like this. No changes. Okay, just leave it out on all default. And for the center defensive midfielders, Jorginho and Kante. For Jorginho, it's going to be stay back while attacking and free roam. The reason why I put the instructions like this, because Jorginho is a deep line playmaker. He tends to stay deep on the midfield to tend to control the attacking tempo for the back. Okay, that's how Jorginho play in the real life. And for example, if you are trying to build up an attack, Jorginho is the main player who build up the attack, because he's very good at passing. As you can see, he got 86 passing. Okay, if you want to attack using Chelsea, it all mostly starts from Jorginho or maybe Rudiger and Alonso as well. So yeah, these 3 players are the key players who tend to, you know, build up the attacks from the back, especially in the real life, because 3 of them are very deadly in the build up, and that's what I like about Jorginho. Especially, that's why I put Jorginho on free roam, because he's very creative. He loves to roam around the pitch at the back like this, trying to give his teammates more passing options when your opponents are pressing you up very aggressively. So you need to pass the ball to someone, and Jorginho is going to be the one who save your center backs' lives. Okay, so your center backs, when they are holding the ball, they are going to pass the ball to Jorginho at the back like that. So yeah, that is Jorginho's role. So the instructions: stay back while attacking and free roam. That's the best one for Jorginho. And for Kante, it's going to be all default, no changes. I don't really recommend to play. I don't really recommend playing stay back while attacking, because Kante can also help in building up attacks as well. So it's much better to put Kante on all default. Okay, and Kante, he's going to be playing more as a defensive midfielder. He's gonna focus more on defending, but sometimes if you want to play a very fast counter attack, Kante can also run into the final third and try to shoot for the goal. Just like how Mauricio Sarri uses Kante, he treats Kante more like a box-to-box midfielder. So if you want to use Kante to attack, but I don't really recommend to do that all the time. Just focus on using Kante to defend. And yeah, that's it for the midfielders. Let's go to the left back. Alonso is going to be come back on defense, and the rest of them all default like this. And the same goes to James as well, come back on defense, and for the rest of them all default like this. Okay, and I'm going to explain why I put the instructions like this. Okay, Alonso, the wingbacks, even though they are playing on the overlap, but they can also play on the half spaces like this, because you know, Havertz and Mount, they can also play on the overlap like this. They can also play on the overlap, and when they are playing on the overlap, the wing backs are going to be cutting inside into the half spaces and try to shoot for the goal, or also assisting Lukaku to score, you know, to score the goal. So that's how the wing backs play in Chelsea. They are switching between positions. Havertz going to the left, and Alonso going inside, and Mount going to the right, and James going inside like this. They are switching positions between each other, and also Havertz switching position with Lukaku. Sometimes Lukaku going to the left, but mostly Lukaku going to the right, and Mount mostly going to the middle like this. So you're gonna play Mount more like an attacking midfielder, center attacking midfielder, and you're gonna have two strikers, Havertz on the front and Lukaku on as the right striker. It's more like something like that. The Chelsea players love to switch positions between each other, so That's why I put the tactics on balance, all of it balanced, because they are very flexible in attacking. That's what I like about Chelsea. So yeah, that's it for the wingbacks. Campbell defense, both of them Campbell defense, and for Havertz it's going to be false 9. For the rest of them all default. Mason Mount false 9, and for the rest of them all default. Okay, because the reason why I put Havertz and Mason Mount on false 9, because Chelsea is going to have a very hard time maintaining possession on the middle, because on the middle you only have Jorginho and Kante as the real midfielder, okay, as the legit original midfielder, and Havertz and Mount is going to be playing more like a center forward. So you're going to have them to drop deep into the midfield like this, so that you can maintain the possession of the ball much better. You can build up the attacking play much easier. That's why having Havertz and Mason Mount dropping deep like this is going to help you a lot. But if you want to, because these players are a little bit different, I want you to treat Havertz more like a number 10 and Mason Mount more like a second striker, because Mason Mount loves to score goals and Havertz is more like a team player. So yeah, that is the only differences between Havertz and Mount. That's the only thing you want to know. And let's go to Lukaku. For Lukaku, the instructions is going to be getting behind and stay forward. Stay forward because Lukaku doesn't tend to help defending when Chelsea loses the ball. So it's much better to stay forward, because you're going to play a lot of counter attacks using Chelsea, because Chelsea is playing more like a direct attacking football than a possession football. So having Lukaku stay forward is going to be very deadly, so that Lukaku is going to be staying by. He's going to be standby on the final third to score that goal when he receives the ball as the striker, and getting behind, because Lukaku is going to be playing more like a poacher, because his job is only to score goals. He's going to stand by on the center like this, or maybe on the right side. He's going to, when he receives the ball, he's going to run very fast into the box and try and score the goal. Or yeah, that's how Lukaku play in real life. He basically is all about goal scoring. He's all about goals. He's not going to be playing as a target man. He's different now. He's more of a goal scorer, like Benzema, like Cristiano Ronaldo. That's how Lukaku play in the real life. And yeah, that's how Chelsea play in the real life, and that is how Thomas Tuchel play Chelsea in the real life, and that is how you're gonna play in the game as well. How Thomas Tuchel's team system works in the game in FIFA. I try my best to make it as similar as I can, and obviously it's not gonna be 100% the same as the real life system, but this is about maybe 90% very similar. Okay, so yeah, I hope that you guys find this video helpful. Please leave a like if you find this video helpful, and subscribe to my channel to see more FIFA videos, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. It's like the Alien or Slim signing out. Bye. Peace.